Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of my question and answer videos that I do every single Monday. What I'm doing right now is I'm answering people's questions that they asked me in the last Q&A video last Monday. So anything you want to ask me, still people are really confused sometimes. There's a comment section, just scroll down below, type in your question, come back next Monday and I'll tell you the answer, okay? All I ask is that you guys give us your locations, please. I really like to know where you guys are from. I just am fascinated how every single part of the world, and I've almost gotten some feedback from people in almost every part of the world that this is affecting them. That there's narcissists, that there's emotional abuse, stuff like this. It's happening. And it really helps other victims feel a little bit more connected, a little bit more validation. So please, just give me your locations. That's all I ask, and thank you very much. Let's get started with part 2. Oh, and first of all, if you guys haven't watched part 1, I just want you to know that I always give recommendations every week, something that I believe will truly help you guys heal and recover and make your life better. So please go to part 1 and watch, and there's recommendations and always good questions. Thank you guys. Next one is from Nicole in Pennsylvania. Hello, Nicole. I shortened your question a little bit. I hope that's okay, but I did read it. And you said you were married 11 years, no contact for 17 days. Wow, fresh. You said, my family is over me talking about this. They say things like, we told you so. I try to make them understand until I am blue in the face. I often wonder if they've even listened to anything I've said. You've said things like, God, do you even hear me? Do you even know anything that I just said? Do you understand anything? I recently discussed with my mother about your own childhood neglect. Sensitive issue. She stated she said you were not neglected and made a huge deal about why you would think that. Now she thinks I'm crazy. Harsh. Telling me mental illness runs in her family. Should I just ignore them and get help from a professional? Is basically what you're asking me. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want you to know that this is abuse. Okay? So you've already are telling me that your mom's abusing you. Telling people they're crazy and making them believe it, and with supporting statements like, oh, it runs deep in your family, stuff like that, is abuse. Okay? It's wrong to talk to people like that. Okay? Wrong. Especially from a mother. Horribly wrong. I'm very sorry. So, you tried to talk to her about neglect. You tried to talk to her about responsibility. She wouldn't have it. She won't take any. And I want you to know the most common codependent statement codependent people make is, told you so. Why? Because they give you all that unwanted advice, right? You should do this, you should do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then if you don't follow it, how dare you? You don't take my advice. And if it goes wrong, I told you so. No, we don't do that. We don't give unwanted advice. If you ask for it and they can give you advice, to give you their opinion, that's fine. And that you don't wait for them to fail and say, haha, I told you so. You need to listen to me. No. She's neglecting your emotions right now. That's emotional neglect. She's dismissing your feelings and saying, no, you don't feel that way. You shouldn't. This didn't happen. That's emotional neglect right there. She's emotionally neglecting you and she's abusing you. So now we know where this came from. Now we know why we do this in our adulthood. You can't be neglected and abused and not have any problems in life. You have problems in life from this. My suggestion, my advice is wait and find a different way to talk to her about these things. The bigger perception you have and more awareness and understanding, and as you become healthier, you will be able to communicate with her better, more in control. But she's abused you, she's traumatized you, I'm guessing, in your childhood, if she's doing it now. I'm guessing she did it then. And we need to heal from this stuff. She's the source. You're not going to do it with her. Okay? We can't heal from the abuse that someone gave us with the abuser. Hope that makes sense. You're not going to get empathy or sympathy from what she did to you right now. Maybe you'll get some validation later. But it's all about your approach. So like the last person I was telling in part one, I think that if we don't know how to make abuse stop, we need to leave. If we don't know how to change something, do something in our lives, we get help. Okay? If you're in abusive relationships, you should get professional help anyways. If your family's like this, you should get help anyways. Okay? I'm really sorry, Nicole. But I hope that I'm helping you see a bigger picture. That your mother has a lot more responsibility for what you're doing now. Besides just, no, you weren't neglected. No. She's probably not totally aware of what emotional neglect is. I bet if she watched this video, she would say all kinds of mean, nasty things about me for accusing her of emotionally neglecting you right now. But she is. This is emotional neglect. You tell her you're talking to your mom about your emotions, and she says, no, those are wrong. No, you don't have any reason to feel that way. No, told you so. I'm annoyed with you talking about it anyways. I mean, who we have in our lives is so important. It's so important. They should hold same values, things that you hold important in your life, so should people around you. Family, friends, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This blood thicker than water crap, and that's what it is. It's crap. It's a way to take other people's abuse and assume responsibility for other people. Now, if they're not serving you, they're not helping you, and they're just hurting you, and you don't know how to make it stop, get away. Okay? Good luck. Good luck. I hope this is helping you see more, better, bigger. The bigger picture, right? This is your problem, your childhood. One of your major problems has been your mother and whoever else is doing this in your life, okay? I'm sorry. Get some help. You'll be feeling better once you have somebody helping you realize that all this is wrong and you didn't deserve it. Happy me. Don't know where you're from. I forgot. I'm sorry. I should know. Why does borderline X still want the jewelry or still wear the jewelry you bought her? Borderlines have endured massive neglect and trauma. Massive trauma, okay? Sexual abuse, possibly physically abuse, possibly emotionally abuse for sure. They're unstable. No awareness. The biggest idealistic people you'll ever meet. They've got idealized views of people, relationships, in the world that are just fantasy. Not real. Not possible. So, I don't know why she is. But borderlines, in general, are so sentimental, idealistic, out of touch with reality, delusional, borderline insane. Okay? Right on that line. And crosses it. Instability. Don't know who I am. I feel bad all the time. Maybe this makes me feel better. Maybe it felt good at one time in her life, so she's hoping it makes her feel better now. Maybe she doesn't know how to cope with losing you, so I hold on to it. Maybe she can't deal with the shame associated with a failed relationship, so it's not failed. It's not my fault. I don't know. But the real lack of awareness, man, not understanding really what happened, what's going on, that's borderline. So shocked and trauma, walking around like a burn victim that just got burned. Touch it, ow, ow, always in pain, unsure, anxious, depressed, traumatized. This makes me feel better. This makes me feel like he still cares. Somebody cares. Something, some idea to hold on to, some hope. I don't know. But whatever that is, it's extremely unhealthy, I'm sure, right? Just trying to make themselves feel better. Julia from India. Hello, Julia. I'm having a hard time convincing myself my ex was a narcissist. Well, if he was, he probably still is. He idealized. He said, you're my soulmate. He called and texted you all the time. Talked about ex all the time. Says the ex cheated on him with many guys. Says nobody liked him. Would not let you talk to any males because he'd say all they want is sex from you. So made you delete and block any person of the male persuasion. He cheated on you. Told you that you made him do it. You drove him to her. Says that you didn't value his love. Says that you're not worthy of his love. Broke up with you many, many times in a short period. Nice to others, polite. Says his ex was not worthy of his love either. So your question, well, you didn't have a question. You're having a hard time convincing yourself he was a narcissist. And I'm telling you that it doesn't matter. All of this is instability and abuse and wrong. You don't want to be around that. You don't want someone in your life like that, right? Title, no title. They're wrong, they're right, they're bad or good. Who wants that in your life? And you're having a hard time convincing yourself he's a narcissist. He might be borderline. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a life coach. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm saying that these specific traits that you listed to me are borderline. Look into borderline personality disorder. I'm not saying he doesn't have narcissistic personality disorder either. Because what comes with a personality disorder is many more disorders. Many more. It could be other personality disorders, mood disorders, eating disorders, anxiety disorders. Tons. There's hundreds. And anybody with a personality disorder has more disorders of some kind. I'm not saying a personality, but so they could have narcissistic personality disorder too. I'm just saying it might help you understand. You might find more answers if you look for borderline personality disorder. And it just by chance, I've made lots of videos about borderline personality disorder, and they're in a playlist titled Borderline Personality Disorder. And something that I want to tell you guys every Monday, I forget, but there's playlists. If you guys don't know, look at my front page, you'll see headers, home, videos, playlists, subscriptions, and about. I think I just nailed them all. So if you go to playlist, I've grouped a bunch of my videos in different playlists. I have borderline personality disorder, and I also have healing CPTSD, which is really important that you guys watch this. I'm not saying that you haven't. It doesn't matter if you don't. Those videos will help you recover from emotional abuse. I hope that makes sense. Well, it will if you study borderline. I think you'll have more answers and it'll make more sense. But really important, you guys, all of you, it doesn't matter if someone has a disorder. And I understand what you're doing. You're saying, if I know they have a disorder, then I can cut the hope off better. Now there's no hope. But we can't hope that people that have abused us will stop. We can't just hope for that. We have to do something about it. Yeah. Okay? And definitely not wait for our abusers to do something about it. Good luck. I know you've been struggling. Keep looking for answers. I hope it helps. Thank you. Last questions from Jesse in Colorado. Hello, Jesse. I've noticed a common theme with narcissists, always talking about their exes and past relationships. Definitely. Why do you think my ex never mentioned past relationships in 20 years? If I asked, it always started a fight. So you told me more about how you guys were together for 20 years. She never once would talk about past relationships, ever. She had them, won't talk about them. If you ask even a question, it always starts a fight. All I can say, my biggest guess is shame. If she's a narcissist, if she has narcissistic personality disorder, she has the lowest self-esteem ever. She has tons of shame, which means she believes she's a bad person. Failures to these people are huge, way bigger than it is for us. We can handle, most of us can handle a failure. They cannot. This is the quiet narcissist, the covert narcissist. Borderline would be called the quiet borderline. That won't tell you anything. Nothing. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm an utter failure. I'm a totally bad person, and I don't want anyone to know. So she'll never face what she's done. She'll never self-examine. She'll never be vulnerable. Never. And that's why your relationship never progressed. She will never allow herself to be vulnerable. And my guess is she's delusional. She has to lie to herself to not feel like such a bad person, right? So the person that's in her life, the most significant person in the world, now wants to dive into these things that she lies to herself about. Well, at least she's aware enough to know not to. Instead of start telling you just all kinds of delusional lies and stuff, she's not even going to go there. So, I mean, massive neglect in her life. Parents never talked to her, told her anything. Never taught her anything. She's taught anything she knows. She's learned on her own. My guess is that as you guys got closer, she pushed you away. Right? Real avoidant. You've got avoidancy attachment style. You've got the amount of shame that means I'll never be vulnerable. Sounds like she may have some inferiority complex. I feel like such a horrible person. So they'll either overcompensate with I'm great or will not talk about a single thing about themselves. Never show you anything. I hope that makes sense. Hope that helps you understand a little more. If it doesn't, ask more questions. And all of you, if I misunderstand your question, if I didn't get it right, if I missed it, if you don't understand my answer, just keep asking. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just here to try to help you guys understand more. Somebody to have some kind of answers for you. Okay? Thank you all. That's the end of the Q&As for this Monday. If you could please support what I'm doing here and just keep this being more active. You can ask questions. You can vote up or down. Tell me why. You can subscribe to my channel. You can share this video with people that need it. You can post it in groups, social media, forums, stuff like this. You can put it in a playlist. That will really, really help me. Pushing a couple buttons could help somebody else that needs this stuff. Okay? Thank you all. Love yourself first. I'll see you next Monday.